Alright, this is a quick video explaining what I take hiking with me and why. Made a couple of other videos about being a beginner starting my through hike along Te Araroa across New Zealand. My first hike, 3,000 kilometers. Anyway, I'm now down in the South Island and I've been doing this for a while and this is what I've come up with. In no way am I saying that this is the perfect answer, but it's the answer that works for me, being a vegetarian as well. What you see here is a 5 to 6 day resupply and it will all fit neatly in my food bag and shouldn't be too heavy. Let's make a start with breakfast. So I've got a bag of Nutri-Grain, some seeds and nuts and some dried fruit. So I've got some dried bananas and some apricots. Now you might be wondering how I'm eating cereal on trail. I actually have a bag of protein powder. Now this is heavy, but I want to get my protein in, so it's been very, very useful. What I do is I put a little bit of this in my cooking pot and I mix it with just some water and I make up milk. It's a whey product, so it doesn't taste too bad. And that way I'm not having to have oats every single day, which I got over pretty quickly. And then I've got coffee, new coffee, which I just keep in a bag. I take a whole bag of coffee with me. I don't want to save weight on coffee. For snacks throughout the day, I make an individual snack pack. So I have a cheese cracker snack, 3 bliss balls in there, 2 individual bars. Normally I have they're a protein fix triple choc, and I'll have an OSM as well. Watch the serving sizes on the OSMs. Something I didn't notice is that when you look at the back of the packet and the average serving size, it's actually 2 of these, and on the bites it's 4 of those. So just something to keep in mind. So I individually package those so that I don't eat tomorrow's snacks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and I could easily stretch them to a 6th day if I needed to. I've also got some Oreos for naughties, as well as some dark chocolate. I just have a row each day, and some granulated ginger. Now this has been an amazing hack because it helps me with a stomach. If I ever have a sore stomach or anything like this helps ease the stomach. But it's really good at the end of the day to keep you going because it's quite, full of sugar. And then when I go to my supplements, I'm having a 400 milligram of magnesium each night and a multivitamin each morning. For electrolytes, I have found these to be a really good electrolyte because they're easily accessible. My favorite is actually Hydrolyte, but these are more accessible. I have tried these, but again with the serving sizes, this is 2 tablets per 200 ml of water. So I mean, for the weight, it's probably not worth it. I would just go with these or, as I say, the small ones. I did have another one called, I think it was by Nixon or something like that, and it actually had creatine in it, and they were super, super tasty. They had like a peach and mango flavor. They were really good. But anyway, that's what I've come up with. That's what I've found. You put one of these in about this much water and it tastes great. Then for lunches, I'm having the classic peanut butter wrap. So at the moment I've got just 6 wraps. I'm only going to have 1 a day. I'm normally not that hungry for lunch because I've got a pretty good range of snacks there. I found a crunchy peanut butter easy squeeze. Now with these you've got to make sure that you really knead them in, otherwise all your nuts end up at the bottom and they get stuck in the top. It's just, whatever, it's a bit of fun. Then for, again, the protein, I've got some chickpeas. I actually put the chickpeas in the wrap. So I've got peanut butter, chickpeas, and I squish a bag of these chips down to fit in my pack. And then something that I like to have is something green. So I have some cucumber there. Not that this has been an entirely healthy endeavor, but at least I'm trying. Then for dinners, sometimes I mix well, let's start with the base. I have noodles. Normally I have 1.5 packs, or I can just have 1 pack with dried potato. So the dried potato goes a really long way. I've got it in a wrap packet because I couldn't find anything else to put it in. And then, noodles and some dried potatoes. And then I put some dried peas in there. Something green, just makes me feel better. And then sometimes I put a smoky chipotle spice mix, or I use the noodle spices to flavor it up. Alternatively, I'll have a radix. Radix is lighter and I find them far more delicious than some of the alternatives. They normally have a good amount of protein in there, so this one has 32.6 grams of protein in there, so that's pretty good for a relative size. This is a 600. Some people prefer an 800, but I'm full off 600 anyway. So I've got 2 flavors there, basil pesto and Mexican chili. Those are just for the big days, or the days where I feel like, you know, not cooking. But to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying hot and spicy noodles with mash and some flavour. It's not bad. Obviously, when you're out on trail, getting the right nutrition in is important. I have not found the perfect answer by any means, but this is just what works for me. It's different for everybody. I've seen people eating very, very, very similar. I've also seen people eating differently. Sometimes people carry mayonnaise. Sometimes people carry just bars. Some people don't bring any food at all. They just bring snack bars and live off those. So I guess it's about finding what works the best for you. This is what works the best for me. It might be heavier than what some other people carry, but it's definitely lighter than what I used to carry. When I had a big bag of oats or the individual oat packets or things like that, it felt heavier, and it also really upset my stomach. I don't know why, but after quite a while of having oats every morning, for some reason, some people get an upset stomach. I don't know if it's because of what flavorings they put in the little packets or what it is, but yeah. Now this is how I fit it in my pack. I put this in on top of my sleeping kit and everything like that, so it's got dinners and snacks and everything like that in there. I put my breakfast, it just sits on top like that or underneath, whichever way works in the morning. My cucumber goes in the side of my pack next to my drink bottle. The wraps, I just slide them inside my pack liner like that and against there, and then this all goes in the brain of my pack right in the top, so it's evenly kind of distributed through the pack, and I just fit this wherever I can, normally on the top so I don't squish them. It's not a space saving option. Oats are obviously more space saving, but yeah, if you want to save your tummy, this is what I'm having for now anyway. So it does take up quite a lot of room in the pack, especially because I've got a 48 litre pack, but I managed to make it work. So if I can, anyone can. All right, that'll do. Anyway, this is my no oats, vegetarian, lightweight hiking food for 6 days resupply on Te Araroa. It's going well. Peace.